Good morning everyone, welcome to our Tuesday morning clinical Pilates class, full body class today, so a little bit of everything, so hopefully you enjoy it. Placing your feet hip distance apart, nice soft knees, growing tall towards the ceiling, keeping that peach tucked underneath your chin, wide collarbones, shoulder blades connecting down towards your back pockets, finding that neutral spine and then drawing in lower abdominals, little lift up through your pelvic floor to center. So just start rolling through those shoulders for me, nice big circles. And then floating your arms up in front of you, palms facing down, elbow to your back wall. Big sweeps all the way around into our corkscrew. So behind the ears, shrugging the shoulders up, pulling the shoulders back down and unwinding for me. So lift, lower, sweep. Last one more for me. And then stretching that head across to the side. So keeping the spine long and then taking that head across. And swapping to the other side. And then coming into our roll down. So chin down towards your chest. Peeling each spinal bone forwards in order. Take your time so you really get that nice segmental mobility. Feel that stretch into the back. Lengthen at the hamstrings. Taking a deep breath in here. And then breath out. Tucking that tailbone under. Stacking each spinal bone back on top. Chin is the last thing to lift. And go again. And again, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Keep those shoulders relaxed, keep those arms relaxed. And then once you return into standing, widening through that stance, pointing those toes out 10 to 2, squatting all the way down. So little squeeze of those glutes as you come to the top, wherever you want to put your hands, whether they're in front, whether you're sweeping them, whether you're just holding. And then into our curtsies. So stepping back, little curtsy lunge, opposite side. Last one, left to right. Opposite arm, opposite leg, toy soldiers. Big sweeps through those arms. Make sure that those shoulders, 180 degrees. And then coming in to walking. So high on the toes, dropping the heels left to right. And relaxing down for me, lovely. So from here, you are going to come into yes, it is deadlifts. It's deadlifts. I was like, what's the name of the exercise? It's not a good start today, is it, guys? Right. So from here, you are going to lengthen at the back of the hamstrings, hinging at your hips, coming all the way down, forwards, pushing those hips forward, squeezing those glutes. Forwards, and then return back. So what I don't want you to do is be rounded through your shoulders, rounded through your back, and lean forwards like this, okay? So make sure that you've got that length through your spine, that lift through your breastbone, keeping that posture all the time, and it's your hips that do all of the work. So feel that length. It will feel like a stretch on the back of your hamstrings, but it's actually eccentrically lengthening them under load, okay? So it is a strengthening exercise that we are doing here. Two more. So you may feel like you're getting a little bit longer down, a bit more length, which is good. And then we are going to step forward into forward lunges, okay? So hands on your hips, hands in front of you, I don't mind. Step forward, sorry, lowering that knee down and then returning back again. Forwards and then return, sorry, ignore my knees clicking. Obviously I need to move them this morning. I'm back running again, hard running, so my legs are a little bit sore today. And tight, that's probably why my knees are clicking. So marathon training has started for me. I have an 18-week plan to stick to now, so don't get injured, Amy. So I started that yesterday. So London Marathon is the 27th of April. So you'll have to see if you can see me on the TV running. I'm running for Macmillan, so you'll have to look out for green. So never ever done a marathon before, so it'll be nice to see what my body is capable of, and my mind as well. It's not just about physically what you can do, it's about mentally what you're willing to put yourself through. So the lower you go with these, the better. The more load you're going to get, the harder you're going to work. So modify it to be in a smaller range if you feel a little bit delicate around the hips or around the knees, or you're lacking balance. One more left to right. Lovely, and then we're going to work through these hips. So you're going to need something to hold on to. We're going to come forwards and backwards. Nice big pendulum swings through those legs. 10 times, so this counts as 1. Here's a forward and a back is a 1, okay? So try and let your leg swing. So you're not placing your leg in these positions, okay? You're swinging it, letting that pendulum movement, okay? Do the mobility. Keep working left to right for me. Lovely. Last side for me, left to right. So after these, a little bit of static work through our quads, we're going to wall sit. Lovely. So with our wall sits, we are going to do 3 sets of 20 seconds, 90 degrees at the knees, 90 degrees at the hips when you do your wall sit for me. Hands across your chest, no hands on the knees or holding on the thighs. If you can't get down to 90 at the hips and the knees, just an angle that you know you can hold for that period of time is fine, okay? So when you're ready, 3, 2, 1, first wall sit, let's go. Five seconds. And up again. Okay, so next time you go down, what I want you to focus on is that lumbar curve of your back, so that small pocket of air underneath your lower back. I want you to feel that against the wall. So like we would do on the mat, shoulders against the wall, back of the pelvis against the wall, little natural curvature and a drawing through your core. Wide collarbone, shoulder blades connecting down, hands across the front of your chest, okay? Next round, and go. And standing back up again, well done. So for anyone who wants to, we're going to go to 30 for the last ones. So I'll shout out 20, and then if you want to go to 30, you can do on the last round, okay? So when you're ready, shake the legs a little bit. 3, 2, 1, go. Twenty. And 30, well done everybody, lovely. Perfect. Lying flat on your tummy, we're going to stretch into our quads. So heel in towards your bottom. And pulling all the way in. Arms up into the other side for me. So make sure as you pull your heel in that your knee is not digging down into the mat and the hip is not trying to lift up away from the mat, okay? So you're almost gonna like squeeze your bottom, push your hip forwards to feel that stretch into your quads. Lovely, relaxing down. So, combination exercise. We are going to come into cobras, all the way back into our shell stretches, and then we're going to come forwards again into our cobras, okay? So extensions into flexions, feeling that stretch around your back, around your shoulders when you're in your shell stretch, and then coming forwards onto the elbows, onto the hands, and then extend. And just keep working between those two different movements. Holding that end range stretch, that last little bit of stretch, for as long as you feel you need to. You don't have to keep moving between the two consistently. If you want to hold the shell stretch, if you want to hold the cobra a little bit longer, that's absolutely fine. So just listen to your body. So if you feel that tension and you feel like you're not quite relaxing, hold it a little bit longer. Inhale, exhale out, and then go again into the next position. Last ones for me. And then lying flat onto your tummy. So, swimming level 3s, lifting opposite arm to opposite leg. So, keep your forehead on the block, peach underneath your chin, length through your spine, tuck your tailbone under and draw in through your core. So you're going to raise opposite arm to opposite leg for me. So squeeze in around the back of that shoulder, extending that hip. 6 more in total. Lovely. And then you're going to come into a high kneeling position, taking one leg across to the side. So from here, you're going to put your hands behind your head and we're going to side flex from left to right. So you're going to come all the way down to one side, return back, and then to the other. Now, with your hip, try and keep your toes pointing forwards for me. And with this hip, try not to be bent like this, okay? So push this hip forward, squeeze in the glute to make sure that you've got nice length at the front of this hip as well. So when you're ready, you are gonna do 10 in total. So left and right equals 1, and then you're gonna swap your legs around after 10. Lovely. One more from left to right for me. So trying to get a little bit further with those side flexions. I think I can hear the roofers have just arrived. Hopefully they don't make too much noise. Lovely, so finish off your reps everyone. I'm just going to grab a quick drink. So if you can, I would like you to be in a cross-legged position. So if you can't do this, you can do your rotations in a high kneeling position. Okay, so you're going to go from left to right. When we do our flexions, you're going to come into a shell stretch, but I'll show you that later. So first of all, rotation. So growing nice and tall, twisting and looking to your back wall, pulling all the way around. So key is to keep tall, okay? So I don't want any slumped postures and positions like this where you're rounded and flexed. I want you to be nice and tall, okay? Obviously, if you're in a high kneeling, you don't just keep your arms across you and just keep working from left to right for me. If you can get into this cross-leg position, you can pull and push, and that just helps with that little bit of overpressure. So I'm trying to change that stiffness, and I'm sure our backs are a little bit stiff after the Christmas holidays. Lots of sitting around, being still. Maybe travelling in cars. I know a lot of you sort of travel to family members as well. So one more from left to right. So you are going to do shell stretch if you can't get into this cross-leg position. If you can, I want you to hold here, and I want you to stretch all the way forwards for me. You're going to feel that lovely stretch into your lower back. And then you are going to take your arm over to the side, stretching across to the side. So all of this is just going to be in your lumbar, okay, if you're in this position. So again, if you're in your shell stretch position, just reaching across to the side. So that QL, quadratus lumborum muscle, this big, thick, chunky muscle here, and also our paraspinals of our lumbar, are going to get a really nice stretch. So if you're stretching to the right, you're going to feel it on the left-hand side of your lower back. Hand swapping to the other side for me. All the way around, all the way around. So the roofers are here, and I can already hear, I don't know whether anyone can hear, Ben saying, Hugo, Hugo, in the background. So I think my children have arrived as well, with my husband. So obviously, Ben being in construction, he gets 2 weeks off during the Christmas holidays. So which is quite useful really, so I can kind of be in work. And he can referee them. Because there's been a lot of that this Christmas holiday between the boys. And then coming back. So, press ups everybody. A little bit of strength work around these shoulders. So we're going to do 3 sets of 10. Now, I don't know whether coming into the new year, you're going to want to set yourself a little bit of a challenge. So if you've always done box press ups, maybe set yourself a little bit of a task this year to be able to do half press ups. Just put it out there. Right, so box press ups from here, bringing your body weight forwards and pressing, okay? If you can do halves, your chest will go between your hands anyway, so you don't need to worry about bringing your body weight forward. So first round of 10 coming up. 3, 2, 1, go. So chest between the hands, not the nose, not the nose, not the nose. When you are finished, a little bit of a shake. You could all be thinking, Amy, what you need to do is you need to do 4 press-ups this year. You could have got me with that one. I might try at some point. Right, okay, so a little bit of a shake out. Another 10 coming up. 3, 2, 1, go. Let you get your breath back. Again, just shake those wrists out, shake those arms out. Last 10 coming up. And let's go. Last ones. 3, 2, 1, go. Lovely, lovely. Come in and lie on your back for me. So from here, we're going to ankle tap with an abdo prep hold, okay? So you're going to link one hand behind the head. You're going to come up into an abdo prep hold, and then you are going to tap to your ankles. You're going to do 10 on one side, 10 on the other, rest, okay? So when you're ready, up, shoulder blades off the mat if you can. So keep working left to right. Take your recovery as you need it. Last one's left to right for me. So when you get back to your second side, last 10. Perfect. So when you are finished, arms out in front of you, palms facing, you're going to come all the way up into bridge. You're going to hold that in bridge position, deep breath in. As you breathe out, you're going to take your arms over the top of the head, keep them flat to the ground, and then you're going to articulate that spine all the way back down again until you touch the pelvis onto the mat. And again, deep breath in, breath out, breath in to hold, breath out, arms go over each spinal bone back down until you touch the pelvis. Last one for me. So those glutes, those hamstrings are nicely warmed up. And then if you can, I'm going to get you to do 5 repetitions of single leg bridge, okay? So again, just a reminder, things you know that are challenging to you, maybe make a little mental note to try and overcome them this year with your Pilates classes. So for anybody who can't do the single leg work, I don't mind you just doing a toe touch with the other leg as you come up, okay? So from here, breath out, breath in, okay? So you're gonna do 5 on one side, 5 on the other, and keep swapping from left to right. Let's go. So toe touch if you need it. Lovely, keep going everyone. I can see lots of legs in the air, which is good. So doing that more challenging single leg work. When you get back to your first side, last round left to right for me. Finishing off with hip twist level 2. So nice steady away mobility, ankles together, knees together, arms out to the sides, palms facing upwards. Breath out as you go from left to right. Big pushes left to right, 4 more. Lovely. And then when you are ready, very gently come in all the way back up into standing for me. Placing your feet hip distance apart, double knee bend, sweeping those hands into the center. Breath out as you go all the way over the top. And last one. And And relaxing down, everybody. Well done. So challenging in places today for you. Well done, everybody. I am away now for a week. I'm skiing as of tomorrow for a week, so please do use the on-demand library in my absence, and I will see you on my return.